How's it going, guys? So, we're going to be taking a look at Celeste here today. And this is a limited run game. This is a digital game, but I just had to get a physical copy of it. What a great game this was, and what a unique game. This really shows that the big studios have a lot of competition because I've played so many amazing indie games since getting the Switch. Just absolutely incredible in every single way. Since playing Undertale, I've really got into the indie scene and just how incredible. There's so many great stories and characters and games in general that I've been missing out on. And, well, Celeste is one of those games. So I just recently finished it, and I have to say I'm in total awe of what this game has to offer. So let's delve into it. Let's talk about the story. Let's talk about the gameplay. Hope you guys all enjoy the review. Celeste very well may be a perfect platforming game. One of my favorite genres in all of gaming is platformers. Of course, Sonic, Mario, but Celeste goes the extra mile, takes platforming to a new extreme, and it also combines a great story as well. Story and gameplay going together, but the story never seems to ever get in the way, and this is a perfect mix. It's blended together so seamlessly as we are introduced to Madeline, a girl that suffers from depression and anxiety, and she has to discover herself and climb a mountain that is named after the game itself, Celeste. And we're going to be the ones controlling her, guiding her on her journey. And boy, oh boy, is it a difficult journey. This game is notorious for its difficulty. But as difficult as it is not frustrating. It gives you a bunch of challenges that you have to meet. A lot of jumping challenges, navigational challenges, having to use your climbing and jumping abilities and your dashing abilities. And there's stamina that you have to keep an eye on, but all of this is done in the very fair way, and it shows you through the obstacles how to utilize the game mechanics and the controls and the abilities at your disposal. You don't have a lot of abilities, but you really don't need them, and it's a very fast-paced, action-oriented gameplay. And it feels very solid. It feels very smooth. It feels seamless as all hell. I mean, this is like the perfect control. I've never played a game that felt this comfortable to play before. You really feel like you have complete control of Madeline. And if you die, a lot of times you end up getting to try again on the same screen. Certain more difficult areas in the game, it might set you a few screens back, but you're always never too far from when you last died, and you will be dying a lot. You're going to be racking up a lot of deaths per level, and there's not a lot of levels at all in this game, but there are some very long ones. But the good thing is you could save on the current screen that you're on. So you never feel like there's a lack of progress. Don't you just hate when a game doesn't let you save anywhere you want and you feel like you need to go to a place to save? I totally hate that, because sometimes you might need to turn the game off and you might not have the ability or the extra time to go find a save point. And this is very smart. I love how it combines the retro feeling of a super tough NES game, but still the modern conveniences as being able to save almost anywhere. This is also what I would call a magical story. I love how they develop this character of Madeline and how you get to know her over the course of the journey. She's an extremely flawed character, probably one of the most flawed, and this is a very controversial topic, and that hits very close to home for many people suffering from depression and anxiety. And Matt makes games, who developed and published this game independently, had the balls to actually explore this uncharted territory in video games. And I love it. There's a very hollow, solemn feeling to the game, but there are moments of happiness, there are moments of positivity, moments of failure in Madeline's journey. She is confronted by that anxiety and by that depression and by that dark side of her in an actual embodied form, her evil half, and actually separates from her and causes chaos throughout her journey, and almost at one point in the game even ends her journey completely. And I love this, how like Madeline struggles, feeling that the journey is hopeless, and I absolutely fell in love with how the story is told. And I love how there's some characters, she makes friends. There's this one old lady who mocks her, but she makes amends with her. And then you have another character that she meets on the mountain, a fellow traveler by the name of Theo. And I really like this relationship. And Theo teaches her how to cope with that anxiety. And I love this. And you feel a sense of friendship. And, you know, Madeline, you could kind of tell that she's not trustworthy, but that she's a good person at heart. And, you know, this is a character that's, you know, just randomly thrown upon us. We know nothing about Madeline, but by the end of the game, we end up falling in love with her. We're happy we took the journey with her. And I like how it delved into these themes that many developers would not even dare go into, because it's, you know, depressing. It's not exactly a very positive feeling. It's something that's very opinionated. Many people have different views on depression, and the fact that they actually took a stab at it and it was actually handled in a very careful manner and in a very true manner. And I like the way how they you know, they told this story, and how it's triumph, because at the end of the game, when you reach the top of Celeste Mountain, you feel like you really accomplished something, you know, and it fits in with the difficulty of the game, because you know, it's very difficult. It's not impossible. I love how sometimes the game even displays messages saying you can do it, and you know, it's very encouraging. You never feel like you're getting backhanded from the game, because you know, you can save on almost any screen in this game, and you know, you feel the challenges, the same mental challenges that Madeline is going through. In many ways, the physical challenges are almost equivalent to the mental challenges, and the way how they parallel the two, I thought that was very smart, and I thought that was a very intelligent way of implementing the story and the gameplay together. Now, the graphics are really simplistic. In fact, the characters don't even have faces. You know, some do, but none of the human characters do anyway. I thought that, you know, this comes off a little bit lazy, but a little bit charming at the same time. You know, the levels and the way how the mountain looks and all the different areas encompassed within look absolutely beautiful. I mean, you know, this is a beautiful game to look at, but you know, these sprites, the character models, it's a very retro feel, very NES, but I feel like there have been actually many NES games that have had better detailed sprite work, I think, without a doubt. But, you know, I respect the design that they tried to go for here, kind of really going for a retro feel, but I would have liked to see the characters have some faces. It would have been nice, especially when you're staring at Madeline's sprite, to not have this empty face to look at through the majority of the adventure. Now, when there's cutscenes, you have these animated text boxes that display what the characters look like, and they do animate them a little bit, but I would have liked to see the actual expressions coming from the character models themselves. Also, let's talk about that beautiful soundtrack. Some incredible piano pieces and synth music here, and sometimes they mix the two together, and it just sounds just overwhelmingly beautiful. And I love what the soundtrack brings to the table. It always fits what's going on the screen. It feels ominous, it feels spooky at times. I absolutely adore this soundtrack. And here's a little sample of this simply moving soundtrack. I totally respect what Matt Makes Games is going for here. This is a really fun, enjoyable, difficult, but amazing experience that is demanding, but not too demanding that it gets overwhelming. Celeste is a true accomplishment in gaming. It takes platforming to a new extreme, as I said, and it has some great moments and some great action, and the story just feels so amazing to experience. This truly is a double whammy of great story and great gameplay mixed together in one fantastic bundle that is Celeste. And I'm so happy that I experienced it. And guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get all the notifications when I post all my new videos. And guys, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.